And though I had my dreams and my aspirations, my mental health was the most important to me. Chapter 2, Mental Health. Welcome back to another video. This is the Self-Discovery Guide series, and this is chapter 2. We're going to be talking about mental health. I am so excited to share with you the resources and the tools that help me find fulfillment and purpose. And I've put it all in one digital product called the Self-Discovery Guide. Today we're going to be talking about mental health. Mental health is important and has impacted me on my journey. I mentioned that I was in Detroit to get my degree. It was like a scholarship program, and I wanted to be a set designer. But the stress of building sets for theater, the physical demands and the demands of my studies to be a student, as well as, run shows and productions for the university, began to be a bit much for me. And it was the first time I experienced mental illness, and I left the program because of clinical depression. So it was my first time seeing a therapist, a psychiatrist, anything of that nature, and it kind of allowed me to take a step back and reevaluate what was important. Though I had my dreams and my aspirations, my mental health was the most important to me. I was dealing with clinical depression. I quit the program, moved back with my parents, and was at a low point in my life. And that was the first time I started therapy. We're going to be getting into 5 main points, and then under each of those main points are 3 action items. So that's a total of 15 action items. In the last video we did cover 12. And so I hope that this helps you. In order to regulate your mental health, I would suggest speaking with a professional. I go through different signs of mental health issues to notice in the Self-Discovery Guide. Everything from sadness to worry to isolation. I list out those signs and behaviors associated with that, and if you are experiencing that, you should seek help or speak to someone. Another way that you can regulate your mental health is by practicing mindfulness. And in today's video, we're going to talk about mindfulness and how our 5 senses can help, ground us, allow us to understand our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and create thoughtful behaviors around those feelings, emotions through the 5 senses. We are drinking organic peppermint tea today, again by Harney and Sons, and it's caffeine free. That's really good. All right, so we have our 5 senses. We have sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. The first one we're going to get into is sight. So the first action item that you can do is observe the colors and shapes. So if you're taking a walk outside, begin to look at the different colors. How does it make you feel? Second thing you're going to do is you're going to find that object, that thing that you focus on, that color, that shape, and think about one word about how that makes you feel. So if you're on a walk and you look up at the sky and you say, okay, sky is blue. How does that make you feel? For me, that would evoke feelings of calm, stability, because I know the earth is constant. It's like one constant that we can rely on, and is that every day, God willing, we're going to see a new day. And so the sky is a representation of that. It's that promise that that new day is there. So that's what that would invoke for me, the color blue. And the shape of that, maybe we can look into like the shape of the clouds, and I just would feel soft and airy and light. That is what you would do for step number 2. And then the third thing you would do is create a mood board. So I did this a lot in scenic design, where all the images that would invoke what we want the audience to feel. And you could do that as well. So pick that one color, that one shape, and create a mood board and really dive into what you see, the imagery that is there, and how it makes you feel. So that is sight. Number 2 is sound, to notice the sounds that are around us. So whether that is the traffic, the birds chirping, silence even, we want to take a note of that. So right now, if I were to stop, that's silence. So how did that make me feel? How did that space make you feel? Did you feel anxiety, peace? You know, maybe the silence is associated with, you know, you living with a spouse or partner who doesn't communicate, and you have to have a TV on because it's awkward or uncomfortable, and that silence reminds you of them. What feeling does that invoke for you? The second thing that we want to do is pick a song. Pick a song that makes you happy. For the longest time, I loved Boot Up, the Vito remix version, and it was actually the intro for this channel. I don't know, it invoked happiness for me. My mom will tell you that I love that song. So that evoked happiness for me. Third thing you want to do with sound is you want to put a track on that has nature sounds in it. So whether that's rain or sound of ocean or the crackling of a fireplace. Recently, I had a busy week. I felt fatigue, feelings of overstimulation. And so I really could not listen to anything with words. It was just too overwhelming. I found a channel here on YouTube called Cozy Cabin Ambience. And I have a specific video. It's the one with the fireplace, and I just let that play. And I just turned all the lights off. I lit a candle and did the rest of my work and cooking and dinner, just hearing that sound. The next sense that we're going to talk about is smell. So your first action item is to light a candle or use like a diffuser where it's like aromatherapy. So you can use eucalyptus, lavender, maybe some people like vanilla candles. The second thing you can do is begin to notice familiar smells. So whether that's your mom's perfume, family recipe, maybe you like chicken parmesan. Do you feel comforted? Do you feel safe? I think safety is very important in mental health because we want to either fight or flight. For me, a lot of times I flee. And yes, I did quit graduate school as a scenic designer for my mental health. Sometimes quitting is okay. Try to identify why you are giving up and see that as an opportunity. Kind of what we mentioned in the focus chapter 1. After you've lit the candle and did the essential oils, try taking a deep breath. So when you take a deep breath in, what do you smell? Like for me, a little bit of the peppermint tea. The fourth sense is taste. The first thing you're going to do is mindful eating. Take a moment, focus on each bite. So that's your first action item. And what do you taste? What are the flavors? What is the texture? So eating ice cream is different from eating cereal. You know, the textures are a lot different, or applesauce compared to a steak. How does that make you feel? The number 2 thing would be to eat comfort food. My favorite thing are cookies. Like, I love cookies. If you follow my YouTube shorts, you know that I've baked quite a few cookies. Still trying to master chocolate chip cookies, which I have the honor of baking next week for the baking group that I'm a part of. You have permission to eat that comfort food. Makes you feel better, puts you in a happy place. Just begin to notice your habits of, are you eating this every day? Maybe you should, consider not doing that. But if you are having a bad day, you deserve to eat comfort food. And number 3, try a new flavor or an unfamiliar recipe or food. So for me, at the beginning of this year, I tried matcha for the first time. It definitely satisfied my curiosity. So I had it at a local coffee shop. It was like a matcha vanilla hot, and it was really good. Yeah, try a new flavor. The 5th and final sense is touch. Touch is a part of the love languages. There's different, acts of service, affirmations, gift giving, and physical touch. So that is one of the senses. It could be beneficial to your mental health. The first thing that you want to do is touch something soft, like a pillow, a blanket, or skin. Maybe you want to embrace your child, your partner, give yourself a hug, or even go out and touch grass. I know there's studies that show that if you put your bare feet on grass, you feel more grounded. The second thing that you can do is be aware of temperature. So I spoke about ice cream a little bit, but it also relates to temperature. Eating ice cream is a completely different experience than eating a bowl of soup. One is hot, one is cold. Number 3 is to do a body scan. Sit maybe in a quiet room, scan your body from head to toe. Are you feeling tense or stress in any area? And then make a note of perhaps why you may feel this way. In the self-discovery guide, there's a checklist of different feelings that you can check how you felt in the past and how you feel in the future. And this video is an opportunity for you to do a body scan on how you feel in the present. I hope this video was helpful. I'm excited for you to dive into the other chapters. Stay tuned. For the next video, we'll be talking about finance. I'm not an expert or a financial advisor, but hope this was helpful. Remember to take time to smell the flowers.